Welcome to Activations with Raina. Look at that full moon. Look at that. It's April's full moon. Set your intentions on what you want to release. Let go of. Excuse me. Yesterday I put up a video. I had to take it down. I was fine with it, but others weren't. It was maybe too much information all at once, but excuse me. I don't know if you've ever had a situation where you were working with someone and they just person is used to getting the days she wants, the hours she wants, and where she wants to be, where she wants to work inside. And then she has an excuse that she has to use something to help her walk. And she likes to keep it behind her. And if she can't, then she keeps it behind her friend who's behind her. But had a problem when I wasn't feeling well and chose to work in the back. She flipped out because she didn't want to have to put her walker behind me. Excuse me. So she flipped out over no good reason. Mind you, this woman never calls me up to see how I'm doing, to say hello, nothing. But she talks to other people that we work with. And she goes out with them, buys them gifts. She never does anything like that with me. Not even once. And I thought she was over the top. That day I stayed at work for 2 hours because I was so sick I couldn't stand up. Then today I go back to work and I got so fed up with her attitude. I said to her, you know what's... I'll leave that blank. And I said, your attitude and my birthday is Sunday. She still acted like overly dramatic about nothing. Mind you, I've been very trying to help her out every time I can. And she's complaining about that. So then today when she flew off the handle at me in front of everybody else, I decided I don't want anything to do with her ever again. What she did was not okay with me. How she spoke to me wasn't okay with me. And then how she talked behind my back, whispering to everybody else, as if I wasn't there and didn't know, wasn't okay with me. And then when I talk to people, when I talk to people there about it, they said, oh, I can't take sides. But you know what she did was wrong. That's the thing. I mentioned this in another video before, but I'm not sure if I took it down. I watched a video where this student, where this teacher targeted this student for no good reason, pointed her out and told her to get out of the classroom. Not one student in that room stood up for her or walked out with her. They just sat there with their mouths shut. Just like work today. They did nothing and said, oh, I can't take sides. When I did nothing to this woman, but I was sick and wanted to work in the back because I couldn't stand up and I didn't want to throw up all over people. That's how sick I was. And I didn't know how long I would be staying that day. And it was my birthday in a couple days. And she couldn't compromise. So now I just lost all respect. I want nothing to do with her. An apology would not even be good enough at this point. She was just way off base and she had no right to do that. I don't know, maybe she has issues with others and wanted to take it out on me, but I'm not going to be anybody's scapegoat either. I'm tired of that crap. One time with me and I'm done. I don't put up with that crap any longer. I'm not for people who are narcissistic. I'm not for manipulative people. I'm not for people who like to whisper and talk garbage about other people behind their back. I'm not for it. But whatever. It's a shame she wasn't smart enough to see what she lost. But she already chose who she wanted to be friends with and who she wanted in her life. And I'm the one that out of everybody that she didn't talk to. But whatever. Now it's a whole new ball game. I'll pretend like she's not even, like she doesn't even exist. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like that. But she wanted to cause a scene, and then she wants to toot her own horn about, oh well, I got this today, and I got that today, and blah blah blah. That's great. What do you want, a party? You know, I mean, constantly bragging about this and bragging about that and boasting about this and boasting about that. That's great, but after a while it gets tiring. And then she complains to a manager who was already having issues with me for some stupid reason. And then the manager wanted to tell me, oh, somebody complained about you and blah, 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 because you were kneeling down. I'm like, are you for real? I'm sick. I don't feel well. And then she saw how sick I was, and then that ended that. And then at first she tried to tell me, you're short again. And I said to her, you know, what else is new? Then she looked at it again and said, oh no, you're accurate. At one point I used to give people enough room to where if they did something that didn't sit right with me, I would stick around until I could either prove myself right or wrong about them. And in the end, it didn't do any good because I'm the one who ended up getting burned. Now I don't do that anymore. First time, you're finished. There's no second chance with me. If you jeopardized it or you didn't see what you had and you want to be judgmental and thought you had better, good. Whatever you need to do, whatever you need to tell yourself. You know, I only tried to help you out and, you know, tried to make work easier for all of us. But you want to complain about where I was choosing to work that day because I wasn't feeling that well, and it was a couple days before my birthday. So tell me, who's wrong here? And then the way she raised her voice to me in front of the room, in front of others, and then goes behind my back to whisper to everybody about me as if I didn't know what was going on behind my back. You always know when somebody's talking nonsense, and I always catch them in groups or whatever. I could care less. But I don't know how you could stand there and say, well, you know, like the kids in the classroom who did nothing. They didn't stand up for the woman that he told to leave the classroom, and nor did they get up to leave with her. Have you ever been in a situation like that? And if you did, what happened? And if you weren't, if that happened, what would you do? Who are you in that moment? I'm still really tired. I did make it through the whole day at work today. But when I first got there, I didn't think I was going to make it. And then I had to eat something that I normally wouldn't have eaten just to get through the day. So now I'm tired. I still have a meditation to do, and I still have another project that I gotta work on before I can go to sleep and then get up and do it all over again tomorrow. Like, this shit ain't fun. And I'm really sick and tired of it. Having to work when I'm being, having to work for so little money, and then having to put up with that crap on top of it. It's just, did you really need to be so dramatic about your walker and about where I was working? Can't even for a moment stop to examine herself to say, hey, wait a minute, and question herself, is she right or wrong? No, just had a really nasty attitude and took it out on someone who did nothing to her. You know, doesn't take into account that I'm sick or that it's days before my birthday. So tell me, what do you feel about this? Cut it short. If you care to share, you can leave it in the description box below, or you can email me at reinadbsburg@gmail.com. If you'd like me to do an energy reading, you can send me a picture. And please like, share, and subscribe. The more people this reaches, the better. And I'll see you next time.